Hello students, in this video we are going to explain our first lesson India Relief Features Part 6, and we are going to explain India Physical Divisions third one. So what is the third physical division? The Indian Peninsular Plateau. In the last video we explained to you about the Indian Peninsular Plateau. So we are going to learn the fourth one, coastal plains. Coastal plains is the fourth physical division, and we have two coastal plains you are observing on the board. East side, east coastal plain, and whereas west side, west coastal plains. Okay students, if you have any doubt in this topic and any other in the lesson, please come to the comment section and clarify your doubts. Okay, come to the coastal plains. We have two coastal plains in our India, east coastal plain and west coastal plain. So east coastal plain you are observing, it is located from the West Bengal on the north up to the Tamil Nadu on the south. The same way west coastal plain is located from Gujarat on the north up to the Kerala on the south. But there is a number of differentiations, similarities are observing between east coastal plain and west coastal plain. So among these we have to see first what are the location and extension of these two plains. We have to see first east coastal plain. East coastal plain is forming between Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats. Same way west coastal plain is formed between Arabian Sea and Western Ghats. And number one, the differentiations among these two plains. So east coastal plain wider on the north, and when it is passing and coming towards south, its width is slowly decreasing. And the width of east coastal plain has in the range of 80 to 100 kilometers. Whereas we have to come to west coastal plain, it is narrow on the north, and towards south its width is slowly increasing, and it has a range of, the width has a range of 60 to 80 kilometers. So by this way we are understanding what east coastal plain has more width compared to west coastal plain. And in this east side we are observing east coastal plain is located from the West Bengal on the north up to the Tamil Nadu, and while it is passing from north towards south, it has a number of divisions, it is being obstructed by number of rivers. It means in the West Bengal Damodar river, and in Odisha Mahanadi, and in our Andhra Pradesh Telangana Godavari river, the same way Krishna river and Penna, and last Kaveri. So by all these rivers number of cuttings are observing. It means east coastal plain is severely, it is obstructed by number of rivers, Damodar in West Bengal and Mahanadi in Odisha, and Godavari, Krishna, Penna in Telangana and AP, and whereas Kaveri in Tamil Nadu. So such type of rivers are not located in west coastal plain, and we can see only two rivers in west coastal plain. Those are Narmada and Tapati. Narmada and Tapati are flowing towards west and joining in Arabian Sea, and we know Narmada is a rift valley river. It is flowing between the two mountain ranges. One is Vindhya on the north, one is Satpura on the south. And east-west coastal plains, they have not only these differentiations, and they have some similarities, and both plains have immense amount of alluvial soil, especially in the east coastal plain. From the West Bengal we have to see Totally, the entire plain from north to south comprised the total alluvial soil because it has a number of riverine regions, deltas. That's why we see in the north part West Bengal Damodar River. Damodar River comprises the largest delta in our Asia. It is to be called as Sundarban Delta. Sundari trees are located, and we can see number of mangrove trees in the east coastal plain of our India, and that's why number of deltaic subplains are observing in Sundarban Delta, and Sundarban Delta is the largest delta in our India, and it is existed in West Bengal, Bihar, and some parts of Odisha. And we have to see the Mahanadi Delta and Godavari Delta and Krishna, Penna, Kaveri, all these deltas are located from north towards south in our east coastal plain. Same way, in the west coastal plain, we can see the deltas of two rivers. One is Narmada and one is Tapati. Narmada Delta, Tapati Delta, these two are located. But however, we have to see deltas are more in east coastal plain, deltas are less in west coastal plain. Because of more deltas, it has maximum alluvium soil. Automatically, it is well versed and it is a very fertile land for agricultural crops. All type of variety crops are grown in east coastal plain. That's why the east coastal plain, the states example Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, and Tamil Nadu, all these states are very famous in cultivation of paddy and remaining other crops. Of course, paddy is the important crop of India. That's why maximum areas in our Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, and Tamil Nadu, paddy is being cultivated by the farmers. Whereas in the west coastal plain, we are observing in Maharashtra and Gujarat, wheat is being grown by the farmers because the middle and in the North India, maximum people are using wheat. So wheat is the prominent crop in the North Indian people. That's why wheat and cotton, even sugarcane also growing in the west coastal plains. And however, what I told you, east coastal plain length is more than west coastal plain, and east coastal plain also has more width compared to west coastal plain. And these east-west coastal plains have number of coastal regions and the seaports also. Example, we see in the west coastal plain, Gujarat comprising the Kandla seaport, and on the north you are observing Kandla seaport, and in Maharashtra, Mumbai, and here Navasheva. The same way, exactly in the Goa, Marmagova seaport. The same way in Karnataka, New Mangalore, and in Kerala, Cochin seaport. So these are the important seaports located and which have feasible exports import facilities by their, it means they are doing their cargo. And whereas in the east coastal plain, Tamil Nadu comprising two seaports, one is Tuticorin and one is Chennai, and in our Andhra Pradesh, the Visakhapatnam is the famous one, of course, along with Kakinada and Yanam, also Krishnapatnam, also seaports are there, but famous is Visakhapatnam, whereas in Odisha, Paradweep, and in West Bengal, two seaports, one is Haldia and one is Kolkata. It means on the total from west sea coast to east sea coast, west to east, we have totally 11 international seaports are there, and along with these seaports and number of from Gujarat up to Kerala in west side, and from West Bengal to Tamil Nadu in the east side, both west and east seaports, sea coastal areas are located, and these coastal areas are very important for agriculture and industrial development. And by the existence of east-west coastal plains, our India is to be an important and famous country for agro and industrial products. And this is about east and west coastal plains. Now we have to see the fifth physical division, the Great Indian Deserts, also called, so Great Indian Desert, also named as Thar desert in our India, and you are observing in the map the northwest side maximum areas are comprised by Thar desert. So because of the dry lands, the total areas of the northwest part of our India are converted as deserts. So we have to see what is a desert here. So desert is a region which is not suitable for both agriculture as well as the living. And we can see generally two type of deserts are there. One is hot deserts, one is cold deserts. In Russia and in Siberia and in Mongolia we can see the cold deserts. Because of very low temperatures people are unable to live, and that type of deserts are called cold deserts. And whereas the second type is hot deserts, and we can see Sahara and Kalahari in Africa, whereas Sonoran desert in North America, and Atacama Patagonia deserts in South America, and Australian desert in Australia, Arabian desert in in the Arabian Peninsula, and in India one more Thar desert. So almost 90% of the Rajasthan and a sustainable portion in Gujarat and in Punjab are located in Thar desert. Of course, some part of Pakistan also comprised Thar desert. So, if we see the lifestyle of the people who are living in a plain, who are living in desert, both have quite opposite. It means generally desert have extreme climate conditions. It means what are the conditions generally appear in desert we are going to see. Actually, Thar desert is located on the leeward side of Aravalli. Leeward means on the other side. It means on which side rainfall does not occur. It means which is a rain shadow region. That side this desert is generally farming. That's why Thar desert is located, and it comprises in our four states, maximum Rajasthan and some parts in Gujarat, Haryana and in Punjab. And we have to see what is the difference between the desert and the plain lifestyle of the people. And before that we have to see what are the extreme climatic conditions in desert. And generally deserts have scarcity of water. Because of no rivers, because of heavy temperature, the desert area people have been suffering lack of water. And it is difficult to cultivate crops, difficult to take the drinking water also. Of course, to solve the problem, our Indian government it helped the Rajasthani people purpose. It is levied an important lengthy canal. It is provided a canal called as Indira Gandhi Canal in order to remove the water scarcity problems facing by the desert area people. So Indira Gandhi Canal, though it is not a natural canal, it is an artificial canal. But through the pipeline, through this canal, the maximum people of desert area are using this canal water for drinking and for agriculture purpose. And one more thing we are observing, these deserts have extreme climatic conditions. I told you. What is the extreme climate conditions? Deserts are generally recording too heavy temperatures. And it is not wonder that Thar desert is generally recording more than 50 degrees Celsius temperature during in the summer season. Of course, even the entire year also, the temperatures are not less than 45 to 47 degrees. And the people have to go very long distant areas in order to take the drinking water. And we can observe some oasis places for water in desert area. And in desert area, what is one more extreme condition, we cannot see the different type of trees in desert. We can see only some bushes and important the xerophytes, nothing but some important plants which are able to sustain these hard conditions of desert and lack of water conditions, and able to sustain in the area. And example bubble trees and many other bushes are growing. These bushes, that's why they don't have leaves. So all these trees leaves are to be modified into thorns. That's why we called them as thorn bushes, thorn trees. So these xerophytes are, example, cactus. Xerophytes are growing in Thar desert, and which trees have long root system because they have to draw water from a greater depth from the interior of the earth. That's why within short period these plants are completing the growing procedure and absorbing heavy amount of water and storing in their body. That's why whenever the summer is entering, these plants are storing the water in their body, in their stem, and using the water throughout the year. And one more important, why these plants have thorns. So when the animals are trying to come near to the plant, and when the plant is completely filled with thorns, that's why the animal is unable to pick out the plant. It means it is helpful. These thorns are helpful for providing protection to the plants. So, and the desert have some important animals. We can see the camel and desert fox and number of ant eater reptiles, squirrels also we can see in desert area. And but the lifestyle, the people who are living in desert is very difficult. And in the plain area, man is easily living, man is able to survive very well, and it is easy of laying down roads and railways, railway tracks, establishing business centers, factories, all these are easy in plain, whereas all these are very difficult in desert area. Of course, now in the recent times, desert areas also being changed by the scientists, and nowadays even in the third desert area also the people are successful in cultivating crops, even cotton, wheat, and some type of millets are successfully growing in desert area. Though it is a desert area, some important famous places are observing. Example, Jaisalmer, Udaipur, Jaipur, all these are important, which are the sightseeing places in Thar desert. And in the Thar desert we can see the date palm trees. Date palm trees. And Jaipur is also called as a pink city, and it is one of the important city of palaces in our India. And maximum visitors are coming to see the scenic beauty of Jaipur and the constructing style of the buildings in Jaipur, because it was once upon a time ruled by the Rajput kings and queens. So this is about the Thar desert. And nowadays compared to the ancient time, nowadays the lifestyle of the people who are living in the Thar desert is better, many times better, because artificially government is providing water facility for them. That's why both for the drinking and for the irrigation, now they are able to sustain. Now their life is compared to the olden days, it is better. So this is about the Thar desert, which is to be called Great Indian Desert, and which is the remaining, the sixth one, the islands group. And in the next video, we are going to explain the last physical division, islands group of our India. Islands group. And we know very well we have two islands are there. One is in the Bay of Bengal, east side, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. One is in the Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep. About these two islands group, we have to say in a detailed way in our next video. Keep on watching uh, for these two islands in a detailed way about the same lesson about these two topics. Okay, keep on watching. Thank you.